Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if there's any update at all on the preparations for the election on this weekend in terms of your concerned or not concerned about the conditions on the ground and the number, especially given this incident with where 8 Ukrainians were killed.
Mm-hmm. Well, first, according to reports, which is what you referenced at the end here, at least 8 Ukrainian servicemen were killed and dozens injured when separatists attacked a checkpoint outside of Donetsk. A separatist attacked a Ukrainian border guard detachment in Luhansk. 6 border guardsmen were injured. Separatists also reportedly killed a Ukrainian National Guardsman and injured 2 more in a clash elsewhere in Luhansk, and border guards claimed to have fired on 3 cargo trucks and a car that had attempted to illegally enter Ukraine from Russia. We condemn the attacks today in eastern Ukraine by pro-Russian separatists that killed a number of Ukrainian troops and wounded dozens more. Calls by the separatists for Russian military intervention to protect civilians are ridiculous, considering it is the separatists who are perpetuating violence. At the same time, the vast majority of the country remains calm. The Ukrainian government's preparations for Sunday's elections are otherwise on track. The Central Election Commission has made special accommodations, as I've talked about a bit in here, to enfranchise voters from Crimea and areas where pro-Russian separatists are working to disrupt voting. But certainly the efforts by the separatists to perpetrate attacks in specific targeted areas or even a minority of areas on election offices in Donetsk and Luhansk is concerning, and we certainly we condemn these actions and certainly can call on these to stop.
Is it, apart from the actual violence and people being killed, being concerning, I assume, are there additional concerns? Are you concerned that the separatists are trying to create an environment in which the election cannot be held, and that they might be doing this on orders or so on, or might be being instigated by people outside?
Well, we've long believed there to be a strong connection, as you know, between Russia and the Russian separatists, and so that hasn't changed. These are happening in a small number of areas. We do have a substantial security effort on the ground where we're assisting wherever we can the efforts by the international community. As you know, there are 1,000 observers on the ground as well, so we're going to take every step we can take in the coming days to ensure people can vote across Ukraine.
But even with the violence that you just talked about and condemned, you think that the conditions are okay to have in those specific areas? Do you think the conditions are okay to go ahead with the election?
Well, even in Donetsk and Luhansk, where some of these took place, pro-Russian separatists have only taken a few dozen individual buildings in Slavyansk, and this is an area with a population of over 6 million people. So there are, again, a range of steps that are being taken by the OSCE. Monitors on the ground will continue to support those.
And you're convinced that the only instigators here are the separatists? There's nothing coming from the pro-Kiev side?
Well, as we've seen in the incidents that we seem to talk about on a daily basis, they seem to be the source every time.
One of the things the Russians have talked